Hello everyone and welcome to another Fowl Original with me, Fowl Original, here to give you your daily briefing of newsings and stuffs with guest star Rowan Atkinson from a very, very great show that is very, very underserved within the community, both all the communities. That is The Thin Blue Line. Great show on the Beeb that came out a long, long time ago. Makes me feel very, very old, but you know what? Screw you, millennials. I'm a millennial as well. I totally am. Totally am. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Fowl Original with me, Fowl Original. That was The Thin Blue Line, starring Rowan Atkinson and an amazing character who called everyone a tart. You tart. It was fantastic. It was the 90s. It was what we watched back then. There was no internet. And Fowl Original's Newsround would not have existed back then. But, I hear you cry. Why are you talking about a dick police chief? Well, that is because the police chief is not a dick, for her name is Crescendra Dick. Now, Crescendra Dick, let's pop up double, because I can't see the chat in there, but I guess if I open this up, I'll be able to see the chat as well. Hello, everyone in the chat. How you doing? Also tonight, say potentially hello to my mother. My mother may be watching tonight, and if my mother is watching, hi, Mom. I'm on the internet. Hope you got everything working all right. I know you don't know how to join the chat. That's fine. Hi, Mom. Hi, Newsround. How you doing? I didn't realize that like people that are watching me now are like in Newsround and stuff. It's very, very humbling. But we go on. We definitely go on. Let's see if I can actually pop in my my own chat and see, because I can't see the chat and I feel a little bit bad otherwise. And here we go. So let's go live. One of my videos is almost at 700 viewers. Thank you all very much for joining. Let's see who's in the chat here, and then I'm going to figure out a way to do this properly. Oh, there we go. Now, don't think of this show as any kind of clickbait. I will be talking about all the things. So let's just see if I can get this working. I'm on the 4G. Hello there. I'm your biggest fan. Let's see if I can get this. I'm probably on the. It's because I'm not on the. It's not on the Wi. I'm not on the bloody Wi-Fi. I'm not. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you very much. I will come back to you in the chat. So, police 2% pay rise. A punch in the nose, says Dick Police Chief in the UK. Like, I wrote my own headline because that's what I do. So, going to our like top story for tonight. As I said, it's a packed show tonight. And I wanted to start with this story because this story made me laugh, and I thought it was funny, and I thought that you could all have a laugh as well with me. So let's just zip along to, here we are, the story. So from the BBC.co.uk's police 2% pay rise, a punch on the nose, Cressida Dick says. Her name is Cressida Dick. Now, I'm not an immature individual. I am very, very mature. Her name is Dick. She's in the police chief. She's a special Dick. She's the only Dick we've got. The government's refusal to increase police pay by 3% in England and Wales is a punch on the nose, Britain's most senior police officer has said. Cressida Dick said she was extremely disappointed by the decision to give police a 2% rise against the recommendation of an independent board. The Met Police chief said she did not want police to be affected by understaffing like the prison service. Home Secretary Sajid Javid said, if it had been collective decision, government decision, when it comes to pay recommendations for millions of public sector workers, you have to, as a government, take them all into account, he told the Police Superintendents Association annual conference in Leicester. That's Home Secretary Sajid Javid. I love that name. Sajid Javid. Mr. Javid said that he understands concerns, however. There's a reflection of trying to strike that balance, and I'm not pretending it's easy. He said, adding that he knows there's a need for more resources. The comments from Ms. Dick from Ms. Dick come as a public spending watchdog called the government's approach to police funding ineffective. According to National Audit Office, the Home Office does not know whether the police system in England and Wales is financially sustainable following widespread funding cuts. Sajid Javid said he will continue to fight on the police's behalf. This guy fighting for Dick. It's Javed fighting for Dick. Now, Ms. Dick told the Police Superintendents Association that the government decision on pay would make it harder to recruit and retain officers. I do think that decision will have affected morale, she said. I don't want the government to wait until we are struggling on the prison service with chronic understaffing. She said the decision to impose the 2% pay award for pensionable pay flew in the face of evidence and a rational argument, adding that it feels like 1% to our officers. I'm extremely disappointed by that outcome, she said, adding that police had worked tirelessly with the Home Office and the independent pay review body, PRB, to make the case for fair pay for officers. Ms. Dick noted it was the second year in a row the PRB recommendation had been rejected, adding that it leaves the whole process in tatters. As police officers in England and Wales, there's their figures of their wages. It seems as if between the housing time, when there was a lot of credit being added, police officers went up to almost £140,000. Sorry, 140,000 officers even. That's crazy. So like during that period, and then it just slowly dropped down as we've come to a Conservative government. The Home Office acknowledges forces are stretched, but says it increased funding this year and points out that new officers are being recruited. However, Ms. Dick Ms. Dick argued that it was proving difficult to recruit at the Met, partly, she said, because of officers' pay, which starts at, and this is so low, £22,300 in London. That's terrible. At the conference, Mr. Javid also said he will ensure police chiefs can award bonuses of up to £4,000 for superintendents in challenging roles and officers in hard-filled jobs. I do fully recognise the pressures, blah, blah, blah. BBC Home editor Mark Easton said the Home Office had faced a double whammy with Ms. We're going to go find it. Ms. Dick's comments and the Audit Office's report, which was one of the most critical I can remember. In normal circumstances, the Home Secretary might be on the ropes on a day like today, but I think because Sajid Javid is new to the job, I think there's an understanding he's still getting his feet under the table, he said. But of course, the public is getting more concerned about crime. Blah, blah. The brothers Javid. Blah, 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 blah. And the police superintendents warned to Javid, they laughed at his joke, and it's basically that there's not enough money, police funding. You've got £7.7 billion coming from central funding, and then central funding to the forces, and then central funding for national priorities is a lot higher. And then local funding from the councils is more than central government when it comes to their kind of bit. It's kind of interesting. Office of 2018 had not been made in Scotland or Northern Ireland, and Scottish government spokesman said the police negotiating board continues to discuss police officer pay. Anyway, basically, this story is all about how, in my opinion, is all about how it takes 18 days to charge an offence, 4 days longer, and there's a lot of reports, and a lot of jobs are based on stats, and £22,000 for a starting salary for a police officer. That's absolutely terrible. No wonder it's dropped so much. You can just see where it's dropped. Sajid Javid is going to have to spend a lot of time trying to claw this back. But what I like is the fact that the police chief is called Dick, Ms. Dick. She's Muzz Crescendra Dick. Like, her name is Crazy Dick. That to me is the most glorious gift of all. A 2% pay rise, it's nothing yet. It's absolutely nothing. But when it comes down to it, at least it's something. But wow, a 2% pay rise. That doesn't even pay most people's shopping at Tesco's. That doesn't pay for most people's mobile bills. A 2% increase. Might as well have given them nothing. But when it comes down to it, we need the police force to protect us. Otherwise, we dead. So I just find it quite interesting that during 2007 to 2011, there was a mass influx of people trying to become police officers, and now it's dropped down. I respect the police. They keep me safe. I don't respect all the laws, but I respect the people, the individuals. And because of that, I have to say that it's somewhat jarring that you can't really get the police. Hello there, chat box. You can't really get the police to really really work a lot of the time and really make things happen. Really police areas. A lot of laws at the moment, in my opinion, are very, very archaic. Particular laws that some of you may or may not assume that I I'm for repealing certain laws. Certain laws. Do you know where I'm getting? This episode is sponsored by apple and mango juice from Aldi. Sponsor me, Aldi. I'll take it. Just send me juice. Send me juice. And if they ever legalize this juice, I'll be so happy. Legalize it. But there are certain, as I said, there are certain laws that I would like repealed. And I respect the fact that police officers kind of go, well, there are crimes, and there are crimes. And there's a scale. And it's just a shame that extra money isn't being poured in to our police forces. And, you know, like, I mean, if it wasn't for the police force, we wouldn't have a thin blue line. So, I mean, I'm all for them. Or Blue Healers. Or NYPD Blue. Many great television shows. So moving on swiftly to our next story today, which I feel is an amazing story, and something which I really want to talk about, which is this. Oh, not this. Which is this. Now, some of you may or may not know on the YouTubes of a particular individual called Mr. Jake Paul. Like, if you don't, and you're on YouTube, and you're not using YouTube correctly, or YouTube hasn't figured out how to find a way to make Jake Paul into your subscription feed. I mean, if you search for him like I do, then it's going to be in there. But, you know, so anyway, Jake Paul, Viner, YouTuber, disrespecter of many a culture, millionaire, great role model for the kids, Jake Paul, you know, I can ride your girl with no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars. I can ride your girl with no handle. He can ride all of his girls, all of his 13 to 14-year-old girls with no handlebars, allegedly. We've also got this guy, Shane Dawson. Now, Shane Dawson is actually, I gotta give him like some major props, really. I'm not a fan of Shane Dawson per se. I don't like eat up all of his content and go like, oh my god, I want to see his stuff this week. I can't wait for another Shane Dawson video. But at the same time, I respect the man. I may not like him, but damn it, I respect him. He's found his niche. He's got a very, very professional looking editing style. He picks really good topics, and he has a very interesting way about him. I've seen the I Hate Everything video about the movie that he released because I refuse to watch the film. Might watch it at some point, but I've watched the I Hate Everything about it, and the I Hate Everything is that it's pretty bad. So, but you know, end of the day, he's a YouTuber. He recently came out of a really, really big accusation of him being a pedophile, allegedly understanding what pedophiles think or something, and he had a review chopped to bits, and then that happened during, you know, Adpocalypse, was it 3 earlier on this year, where Jake Paul decided that he was going to walk in the suicide forest in Japan, and then found someone who'd committed suicide, and then went and filmed said person, and then went, oh my god, what's going on, this is so surreal, and then while he was trying to get out of it, allegedly his PR company paid someone to doctor and edit a podcast that Shane Dawson was in to make him say things that weren't the things that he said, and then allegedly that guy got found out, and then it led back to Jake Paul. There's all this big conspiracy theory about it. Now Shane Dawson is now, and I'm going to show you really quickly because I saw this and I was like, what the hell is this? So I want to show you what is happening with Mr. Shane's Dawson's. So he's got this teaser trailer that he's just brought out, and I'm gonna play it because that's what it's there for. So let's pop this video. So this is the video from Shane Dawson's YouTube channel. As you can see, he's searching for Jake Paul.
Good morning, Jake Paul! Your views are going down, bro. Oh my god! This is gonna be a nightmare.
Very classy.
Jake
What do you think of that? Man, the hype is real, man.
And this is the bit that's getting everyone talking.
What are you worried about the most?
And he's gonna be mad when he finds out what the series is actually about.
Okay, so that's the trailer, the teaser trailer for a new show which is starting on the 25th of September. Hype is real. It's all real. So that's Shane Dawson, as you can see over here. And Shane Dawson is doing a new series on YouTube. Now, speculation has run rampant. Now, I wanted to, just before we talk about the speculation, just show you Shane Dawson's channel. So let's pop this over here. So this is Shane Dawson's channel. And before we go any further, actually, quick ad break, actually. If you go to fowloriginal.com, I haven't done a show yet, and it's been 90 minutes of the show. If you go to fowloriginal.com and you like the stuff that you're seeing so far, you can go to this website, and it's my website, and you go to support the channel. When you go to support the channel, you can go to become a Patreon, streamlabs.com. You can help the wrestling side of stuff, and you can also click donate. If you click the donate button, that money goes to help all Fowl Original stuff, mainly to go towards these Newsround shows and these more ad hoc things, where I'm producing a series, hopefully. And you can give us like $5, and you can write a note and say, "Hello, Fowl, here's a coffee." And then you can make it a monthly donation instead if you want. And that gives me $5 a month to be able to put towards more content for what you're seeing at the moment. You can also go to, if you log in, that logs into your PayPal, and you can also pay by credit or debit card, one-time donation, or you can make it a monthly donation. But if you go to fowloriginal.com, there's also all the things I'm doing. Now, let's go back to this then. So this is Shane Dawson. As you can see, he's got an Amazon Prime area. If you go to amazon.com/Shane Dawson, he's got particular merch. He's a really big YouTuber. He has 17 million subscribers. You know, on the level of a Jake Paul. And the reason why speculation has gone rampant, as you can see, in 1 hour, this is brand new, fresh. Yeah, fresh. You can see the Mind of Jake Paul teaser trailer. And a month ago, he released a video called The Truth About Jeffree Star, 15 million views. The Secret Life of Jeffree Star, a month ago, Becoming Jeffree Star. As you can see, what he does is he wants to make a show, because 2 months ago, as you can see, he did some conspiracy theory videos. He had Secret World of Jeffree Star, and he used to live on conspiracy theories and stuff. Now that he's changed slightly, and he's doing these kind of like hanging out with someone, almost like the person I would think closest is like Louis Theroux. Now, if the series is hanging out with Jake Paul, finding out about the real man, and kind of humanizing him, because that's what he did with Jeffree Star. A lot of people have issues with Jeffree Star because of what he represents, what she represents, and because of that, someone like a Shane Dawson was able to go there and get a lot of access that he probably wouldn't have. And because of all of the speculation that went on between the camp of Jake Paul and Shane Dawson, a lot of people are looking at this as being a piece where we humanize Jake Paul, and he comes back out of the gutter and comes back to YouTube, and everyone's like, all is forgiven, Jake. We love you, really. Suicide is painless. It brings forth many changes. That's what we would, I mean, if anybody did that, I would give them a gold star. I would. I might actually do that. But I got my guitar over there. But Jake Paul is, in my opinion, at the moment, I mean, it's been since January, really, since all the hubbub happened, and now. Sorry, so that was Logan Paul. Even I just remembered Logan Paul. It's just the goddamn Pauls. Now, if this is a way to humanize both men, in this series, and just by proxy, Logan Paul's hanging around, I think it will be a really interesting story to happen. That I don't really understand what this series is about right now. If it's Shane kind of saying, hey, everything's fine, and they're really good guys. Let's all love them again. Come on, everyone. It's just the Paul brothers, like the Chuckle brothers, but they're both still alive. I love the Chuckle brothers. It's not a very good joke. But yeah, so the Shane Dawson thing is just trending all over the twits at the moment. All over the Twitters. The hashtags are real. And it seems as if everyone on Twitter. So I just want to quickly show you that, because the reason why I wanted to cover this story, because I think tomorrow it will be massive. But right now, let's just, because I searched for, I went to the trending tweets and I was a bit like, what's happening? So let's switch it over. So for real though, I believe in having a push. So let's just click Jake Paul, and let's see. The Mind of Jake Paul, that's from Shane Dawson. It's already got 843,000 views. And then, not to be a fake fan, but I'll literally stop watching Shane Dawson if he's going to try and sit here and make me feel bad for Jake Paul. That man deserves absolutely no sympathy for what he's done. Shane didn't suffer hours of stress being with a miserable Jake Paul for you all not to watch his series because of Jake Paul. I dislike Jake too, but Shane worked too hard. So sit down and eat your food. Jake Paul, I'm a piece of shit. Shane, oh my god, holy shit, oh my god, what the fuck, wait, Andrew, and don't know who Jake Paul is, don't know who Shane Dawson is, don't know why Shane Dawson is doing a series on Jake Paul, and most importantly, I don't care. Shane Dawson doing a series about Jake Paul. I love Shane, yet hate Jake Paul. I want to watch it because Shane's doing it, but I don't want to watch it to deal with Jake. Jake is literally the biggest. This is literally the biggest choice I've ever had to make: sit through Jake or not watch Shane. People, if you're not going to stop supporting Shane because of this series on Jake Paul, were you ever really a supporter? I've watched Shane for almost 11 years now, and this series is so exciting. I don't even like Jake Paul. LMO. Jake Paul can choke. The teaser series trailer that Shane released looks good. At the end, Shane said that he's afraid that Jake will be mad when he finds out what this series is really about. That leads me to believe that Shane is about to expose the funk out of him. Yes, from me. And Pluckers. Oh no, Jake Paul is trending. I'm going to Pluckers to avoid that nonsense. And that was my favourite tweet of all of these. They're like, you know what, yeah, you might be, maybe Jake Paul is trending. You know what, let's go get some chicken and waffles. Because that is, when it comes down to it, what America is truly about. Make America chicken and waffles again. And lastly, of our big stories that have been trending on the Twitters, and I mean, this is just, I don't really know a lot about this, but damn, Jake Butland keeps England's sheet clean. Now, that sounds like a story about a man who didn't poop the bed, but it's not. It's actually a story about a man who kicks the footballs. More importantly, handles the footballs. More importantly, make sure that they don't go in the net. For Jack Butland is the goalkeeper of England. And apparently he was all right, but, you know, it wasn't an amazing game. I don't know anything about the football, but it was 1-0 against Switzerland. I want to say Switzerland. And that's all she wrote, really. But I just like the name, and I love the fact that there's someone called Butland here. I thought that someone had spelled Butlands incorrectly, which is like a holiday destination kind of place in the UK. But no, it's a footballer. It's footballer. It's a footballer. It's a puppy. Now on that great thing about the foosball, so England 1-0 if you care about those things. But back to in other news. So in other news today, we've got a whole heap of stories, which I'm going to try to keep moving along. Oh, that's just that wasn't the way we do it. But damn, Serena Williams, Herald Sun front page defends cartoon. When you see a story like that, you just got to read. So Serena Williams, pictured after losing to Naomi Osaka during the US Open, was the subject of a newspaper cartoon widely criticised as racist and sexist. An Australian newspaper, which found itself at the centre of a race row after its of a cartoonist depiction of Serena Williams, has doubled down on its support for the artist. The Herald Sun has hit out at those who criticised Mark Knight's drawing, which shows Williams jumping over a broken racket next to a baby's dummy. Ooh. Critics said the cartoon used racist and sexist stereotypes, but that did not the newspaper reprinting the image on its front page. Underneath the headline, "Welcome to PC World," the newspaper wrote, "If the self-appointed censors of Mark Knight get their way on a Serena Williams cartoon, our new politically correct life will be very dull indeed." And let's have a look. It's on the Twitter. Tomorrow's at the Herald Sun front page tonight, Ozpal Springsteen. So as you can see, you've got you got this guy who's, let's see if we can find a, oh, it must be there. Oh, okay. There it is. So, as you can see, it's a satire-free zone, and you can see all the different caricatures: Trump, Kim Jong-un. I'm guessing these are Australian prime ministers. That looks like Fozzie Bear or something. These must be all Australian guys. But there she is, Serena Williams. Now, looking at this photo and looking at this cartoon, I can see the racist stereotype, and like there's the dummy and stuff, and you can see where like they're going with it, and the racket and the dummy. It does look slightly stereotypical, and it's not really, but I mean, look at his Donald Trump. He just likes to draw like really kind of grotesque caricatures. That seems to be his bag. But there is a dummy, but she threw a dummy out the pram. There's a tennis racket, so you know it's Serena Williams. But I mean, she is a bit on the chunky side, that particular picture. So bam. Now, moving on to in other news. So in other news again, we have Donald Trump. No final decision on Ireland visit. A final decision has not yet been made on US President Donald Trump's planned visit to the Republic of Ireland in November, the White House has said. Earlier, an Irish government spokesperson said the trip had been postponed for scheduling reasons. However, since then, the White House said the president will travel to Paris in November as previously announced. We are still finalising whether Ireland will be a stop on that trip, spokeswoman Sarah Sanders said. The White House had announced the visit earlier in September. The US president was expected to visit his golf course in Doonburg, County Clare, and Dublin on the weekend of the 10th to 11th of November. Mr. Trump is due to travel to Paris on the 11th of November for commemorations, marking the 100th anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. Blah, 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 blah. The US president owns a golf course in County Clare, Trump Doonburg, which he bought in February 2014. He last visited Doonburg in May 2014 and was due to visit again in a few months before the US president election in the summer of 2016, but later shelved the plan. Taoiseach Leo Varadkar invited Mr. Trump to Ireland during a meeting at the St. Patrick's Day celebration in Washington in March. In 2017, Mr. Varadkar's predecessor, Enda Kenny, also extended an offer for the US president to come and visit. They love the little bit of the Donald Trump, don't they? Don't they? In other news, Blackpool monkeypox case confirmed as second in UK. Now, it's funny name. Funny name. I mean, just going to quickly just bring my face here because it's a funny name. Yeah, it's a very funny name. I mean, monkeypox, but not so funny if you've got it. So let's have a little look at this. A second case of monkeypox has been identified in the UK just days after the first was discovered. The patient tested positive at Blackpool Victoria Hospital and had recently travelled to Nigeria, where they believed to have contracted it. Public Health England said they've been transferred to Liverpool University Hospital for treatment. The first UK case was diagnosed in Cornwall in a patient who had also spent time in Nigeria. The rare viral infection does not spread easily between humans and most people recover within a few weeks. So rare viral infection are called a monkeypox. Now I'm going to quickly explain something in a second. What is monkeypox? Monkeypox is a usually mild, self-limiting illness, and most people recover within a few weeks. However, severe illness can occur in some. It is a rare disease caused by monkeypox virus, and reported mainly in Central and West African countries. It can spread when someone is in close contact with an infected person. However, there is a very low risk of transmission to the general population. Initial symptoms include fever, headache, muscle aches, backache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, and exhaustion. Like, basically all the normal, like, you're ill. So everyone's going to have monkeypox. A rash can develop, often beginning on the face and spread to other parts of the body. The rash changes and goes through different stages before finally forming a scab, which later falls off. Dr. Nick Finn, Deputy Director of the PHE, Public Health England's National Infection Service, said there was a sustained outbreak of monkeypox in Nigeria in September 2017, and sporadic cases continue to be reported. It is likely that monkeypox continues to circulate in Nigeria and could therefore affect travellers who are returning from this part of the world. However, it is very unusual to see 2 cases in such a relatively short space of time, he said. He added, PHE was contacting people who may have come into contact with the latest patient. Now, this is something that apparently is a conspiracy theory that I wanted to briefly bring to you. So a lot of people spoke about the initial transmission of the AIDS virus, HIV. when the HIV arose, which led to AIDS. Now, allegedly, a lot of sexually transmitted diseases initially were brought over from people having sex with animals while in tropical areas. Allegedly, it was brought when visitors to foreign lands who first explored had sex with monkeys. And apparently that happened. Conspiracy theories for it, and apparently some valid proof. I don't have time to. This is just a quick brief aside. And because of that, that's why it was such a big deal and kept secret for so long, because it's like, how did you get that? I had sex with a chimpanzee. Many people have said that. Many people have probably said that. But this time they were being legitimate. And it wasn't just a big ape of a person. It was a literal big ape, potentially a silverback. But it'll be a chimpanzee. But that's my side. But monkeypox, everyone. So how do people get monkeypox? Conclusion, having sex with monkeys. I have no proof for that. But if you want to help me continue to make jokes about having sex with monkeys on a regular basis, then you can go to fowloriginal.com. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you can go down and see what's going on. A lot of the shows, wrestling shows are here. I'm going to start getting the other shows archived in here as well. And you can get where you can find me, when you can find me. And if you click to support the channel, you can become a Patreon. The easiest way at the moment, what I found is most popular with the peeps, is to go to donate. If you go to donate, it brings up a PayPal page, which seems to be capturing me because I've opened it so many times. And you can donate to the channel. You could, for example, give me $5, and you can do that. You can write me a note and say my name, if no one is around me. Fowl, Fowl, tell me you love me. Why the sudden change? Say my name. And you can do that. And you can make it a monthly donation if you want as well. And you can do that via PayPal, or you can do it via credit debit card. And that goes to help the channel and support all the stuffs that I do. But back to in other news, finally, David Bowie auction, first known studio recording sells for £40,000. First known studio recording of David Bowie is sold for nearly £40,000, 4 times the estimate. The 1963 demo tape, rejected by Decca, features a 16-year-old Bowie, then known as David Jones, singing I Never Dreamed with first band The Conrads. The 18-minute recording was sold by the band's drummer David Hadfield, who had discovered it in an old bread basket in his loft. Omega Auctions said it sold for a total of £39,360 after a bidding frenzy. They'd estimated it would reach 10,000. Director of Omega Auctions, Karen Fairweather, said the recording was the last lot of the day and it had already reached 11,000 in pre-bidding before the auction began. The bidding was fierce between 2 overseas collectors who did not attend in person before the winning bid was made. There's certainly applause when the hammer went down, she said. It's a fantastic piece of history. Auctioneer Paul Fairweather described the tape, thought to be the only copy that exists, as a significant recording, completely unique. He said it offers new insight into Bowie as a fledgling musician who would go on to superstardom. Promotional sketches by Bowie when he was in the Conrads, along with photographs and band documents, sold for £17,130, and an early 1963 poster of the band went for £6,600. All prices include the buyer's premium. So it's a lot of money. Bowie was the Conrads' saxophonist, but it decided that he should sing lead vocals for the tape. Hadfield said David had no inclination to become a singer at this point. His heart and mind were focused on becoming a world-class saxophone player. Our agent, Eric Easton, who also managed the Rolling Stones, asked us to do a demo to try and get us an audition at Decca. We tried that we would do a couple of guitar instrumentals and one original song. Decca initially turned us down, but when they gave us an audition later that year, vocalist Roger Ferris was the lead voice and David sang backing harmonies. Bowie left the band shortly after the audition, which did not result in the band being signed. He went on to become solo artists. After 6 years later, having changed his surname to Bowie, so he didn't get confused with the Monkees' Davy Jones, and gained worldwide success. He died of cancer in January 2016, 2 days after his 69th birthday and the release of his 25th studio album. God bless you, Bowie. God bless you. God bless you indeed. That's in other news. Now, normally on a Tuesday, right now, we would be talking about the film that I done watched. But I done not watch the film today because I done went to see my mama. and somebody call my mama, and then went done see my mama to borrow a laptop, and this laptop is what I'll be taking for on Thursday, where we will be moving to London Town to a new location. I don't really know the setup, how it's going to work just yet. I'm working on the laptop to be able to get that to you. Thursday, it's going to be a London's Burning or London Calling special. I'll figure that out. We'll have something branded for it. But if you want to help me to do things while I'm in London, I'll be going to the Birmingham Film Festival, which I'm going to quickly just show you. There's a little bit of cross promotion. This is what they taught me in cross promotion school. I didn't go to school because I can't read. Now, I'm going to a place called the Birmingham Film Festival, which is going on this weekend, and I thought I'd just get a quick plug in for it, because I will be doing a show on Wednesday, tomorrow night, with a little bit more insight into what's going to be going on that show, a little bit more of a deep delve. But it's happening in Shoreditch, London, 14th to the 16th of September 2018, and it's the inaugural Birmingham Film Festival, and championing the best stories in pro wrestling. And on the opening night, I'm going to be going to see This Is Progress documentary, which is a documentary all about the professional wrestling promotion progress, but also about the people who make the show, fans, backstage staff, bookers, etc., and some of the wrestlers. But it's mainly based around the phenomenon of and I will talk about this more in detail tomorrow, but a very phenomenal UK promotion that has made worldwide leaps. You can still get tickets right now if you want to come join me and get an autograph and potentially get a Fowl Original business card. I will be handing them out. And it's really cheap, and you get that tickets $13.52, and then you also get access to the first night of that event. It's really nice space which it's in Shoreditch in London, and you can also still submit stuff, photos, wrestling promotions, and loads of other stuff, and that is going on. And now, like, on the day, we're going to be having so we've got some of the stuff already kind of announced. On Friday, we've got a panel happening at 3:30, Wrestling in Academia, Klondike Kate, and that is a free panel which you can come to, where they talk about does wrestling need to be studied, and you'll also be getting a screening of The Raging Bellies, with an introduction by Dr. Tom Phillips, big man in the wrestlings. Now then at 6:30 there'll be the This Is Progress opening night party. On Saturday we've got some more short block cinema stuff, and a movie called Heel Kick, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Another wrestling panel, some more of the shorts, another wrestling panel as well with bookers, and then Dog Legs, which is apparently an amazing documentary about a Japanese wrestler, who I'll talk about tomorrow. And then on Sunday we've got a movie called The Backyard, and also a podcast live, Morgan Webster, Wrestling Friends, live from Birmingham Film Festival, where he's going to be doing his podcast with Mike Warbour, Hitchman, Kip Sabian, and Paul Robinson. Kip Sabian featured on World of Sport Wrestling. Very interesting and very exciting. And also another panel. As you see, the panels are kind of, and you've got directors. And then last night is World Wrestling with Independence and an awards ceremony and party with these guys, and it's starting at 9, and there's just loads of stuff happening. And then that night is also Hell in a Cell. Now, I mean, there's a lot of wrestling fans there, so I'm sure that Hell in a Cell will be happening, and potentially I might even try, maybe if I can, even do the show live from a pub somewhere. I wonder if I could do the show live, and we'll have the weekly wrestling recap live watchathon happening in a pub somewhere. Stranger things have happened. But that's kind of tonight, especially. As I said, it's kind of a bit of a shorter show because I've got a lot to do and I want to get a good night's sleep because tomorrow I've got a lot to do. So we're going to end this pretty much now. And as I said, it's a bit of a shorter show than it normally would be, mainly because, as I said, I've got a busy week, but I want to keep making sure that I get you done news. Now, also, unfortunately today, I didn't pick up a copy of the Metro because I didn't get a bus to work. Got a taxi. So none of that, unfortunately. Hopefully these shorter shows will be easier to digest. And I want to leave you with what we always do, which is I call Fowl Originals way to get copyright claims. But with our biggest story today, really, which is this story, which is going to be massive soon. Shane Dawson starting new YouTube series, The Mind of Jake Paul, and the world wept. So I'm going to end it with, and this is going to get me, I can already know this is going to get me copyright strike. I can already see it. I can already see it. Oh, so let's just see. One sec, folks. Here we go. I think this will. Oh, where is it? Come on, come on! God dang it! This has got to be it. Okay, let's just after the ad. Here we go. I think we can do this way. Here we go. Let's get this up. As I said, thank you all for joining me tonight. I want to say a special thanks to potentially my mother watching right now. But now we will end it on this. Oh, a little bit cheeky. A little bit cheekier than I normally would. But as I wanted to say, if you want to help support the channel, you can like, share, subscribe. Thank you for all the people that are watching at the moment as I attempt to kind of work out what I'm going to do with this show and how I'm going to work it. But I hope that you have been entertained. Are you not entertained? And I also hope that you tell your friends, tell your moms, tell everyone that Fowl Original is on the loose. And if you're going to the Birmingham Film Festival, please hit me up on the Twitters. I'd also like to say, just generally, thank you to literally everyone that has been sharing this around on Twitters as well. Anyone who's watching on the YouTube, thank you very much for joining as well. Thank you for joining in the discussion, anyone that did. And I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, this show is going great guns. And if you're watching Beeb, then I just want to say thank you.
Who will do, tiddly peeps?
I'm Hubba Hubba,
talking to you from Hoobland. And I'm about to send
three of my favourite
Hoobs down
Hoobs
to Earth to find out all about you for my great Hoobapedia.
Hoobapedia.
Here they come.
Here we go. Time for copyright claim time. Can't wait.
You know who the Hoobs are.
We're Hoobs and we're ready to sail. Oh, ready to go. Now the wheels are turning. We can all get learning all the things we want to know. Hubba Hubbas in Hoobland and rovers somewhere far away. The motorettes are singing.
We keep the engines singing.
Hoop hoop hooray! I watched a lot of kids' TV when I was a kid. The Hoobs are here, they'll walk it your way. Bearing in mind, this wasn't even out when I was a kid. I was an adult, I was a grown adult when this came out. The Hoobs are here, so what do you say? This has been Fowl Original.